Hi everyone, my name is Reggie and welcome to my channel. Today I will be sharing with you my experience of meeting Rowell and Faith Erin Hicks, as well as doing a giveaway for Pumpkinheads by Rowell and Faith Erin Hicks. So if you want to win a copy of this book, please stay around. I will be talking about the giveaway and how to enter at the end of this video. But first I just wanted to kind of talk about the event I went to. It was really fun. Obviously, I enjoyed myself. I went to the Joseph Beth Booksellers a few hours away from where I live, and it was a wonderful experience. I've gone to many book events here, and they are wonderful at hosting bookish events. They're just so good at it. They excel. I left work about an hour early, and Manny and I drove to the bookstore. We stopped at Popeyes on the way there. Didn't get a crispy chicken sandwich because they were sold out. I took a look around the bookstore a little bit and ended up purchasing one thing, which was Runaways Volume 1, which I've already read, do love. If you don't know, I'm a big fan of the Runaways original run by Brian K. Vaughan. Never read the middle run, and then obviously I'm reading the new current run. They talked about writing Pumpkinheads. They talked a little bit about their process and what it was like working together. And it was really actually fascinating to hear how the story came about, because Rainbow said this is very different than any project she'd worked on before, because she was kind of approached by, I believe it was her agent, saying like, well, we want you and Faith to do a graphic novel together. For both her and Faith, this was the first time a partnership was kind of formed, or a book or story was formed, without the idea being there first. And so they had to like toss around ideas trying to figure out what they wanted, and they actually went through a couple different things before they landed on this. Also what's fascinating is that Faith is from Canada and had never been to a pumpkin patch. So Rainbow had her come out to see a pumpkin patch, which was I think that's super cute. Faith and Rainbow both clearly have very different career paths. Faith is an illustrator and an author of comic books. She's written one YA novel. She's written, I think it was like 14 graphic novels she's either written or illustrated. Some she's done both on. So that's very fascinating. On this one she just illustrated, but she's done a myriad of different works. And so a lot of people were asking her about getting into comics, the industry, and it was very fascinating to hear her answers. A lot of what she said was basically, you know, just do it. Like, put stuff online. Don't wait for people to approach you. Just practice and do it and put it out there and see what happens. And then a lot of the things geared to Rowell were actually about this one. So a lot of people love Carry On, which is very interesting to me, because I know people like Carry On, obviously, but like, that's just interesting to me. They talked, they did a Q&A. Q&A was great. A lot of people were talking to Rainbow about Carry On and Wayward Son, which is coming out next month. I've never been to a signing where an author has so many works out and people were only talking about one of them. So after the talk and the Q&A, they lined us up. The way Joseph Beth does it is they break you up into when you bought your tickets. So like if you are in a VIP, basically they're like Barnes & Noble membership type program. If you're in like one of those paid programs, you get VIP or first. Rainbow also asked that anyone who has trouble standing or walking go first, and then you line up by your letter line. So we were in line B, which was great because that means we weren't just hanging around for a long time. They only let us have 3 books signed, and only one of those books could be personalized, and one of those books did have to be Pumpkinheads. I was fortunate because I had Manny, and since I bought me a copy and you a copy, I had 6 books because he could hold 3 for me, and 2 of those could be personalized. I got these 2 signed, not personalized. One is for me, one is for one of you. Then basically I had Manny go up first, because we've done this before. We've done this quite a few times where he goes up so I can get more books signed. And what has happened before is that someone signed all my books because I get the first letter line, and then they know my name because it's such a unique name that, and they write it, have written it in multiple books, that when they get to him and they see the name, they write it in one, and they write it in the one I don't want personalized that I'm going to give away. So I had him go first so that the last book that they had would be the one that would be personalized. So that would be the first time they saw my name. If that makes sense. Does that make sense at all? I hope it does. But basically, I just didn't want a book that wasn't supposed to be personalized, that was supposed to be for you, to be personalized accidentally, which has happened before. Manny ends up having to talk to Rowell first, and she asked if he read her books, and obviously he hasn't, but he has read Runaways, and his favorite character in Runaways happens to be Rowell's favorite character in Runaways. So he said he was talking to her about, you know, I have read Runaways and really love Victor, and he's my favorite character, and I really love what you've done with Victor. She's like, oh, he's my favorite character too. And because she and Manny had this great rapport before I even got there, I got an extra book personalized. So she signed the 2 books he had, and the one had to be personalized. So I think he had Fangirl, which was personalized, and then he had Attachments, which was not personalized. And then I came up and had my Pumpkinhead signed. I chose to get my copy of Landline signed and personalized. And then I handed her my copy of Eleanor and Park, and because she and Manny had a great rapport and we were talking about Runaways and how I brought Manny just to get more books signed, she also let me personalize this one. She's like, would you like this one personalized too? So that was super sweet because she wasn't supposed to do that, and I really, really love that. I did hope to get these signed. I did not. I have a extra copy of Fangirl, which I had hoped to get signed and give away. I did not. I did also end up bringing with me Carry On, which I obviously was the one I decided to not get signed. And then obviously purchased this but didn't get the sign because, again, didn't have the room for it. But as I was walking out, Rainbow reached into her purse and pulled this out. This is something she didn't give to everyone. I watched a few people behind me in line and she didn't give this to everyone. She didn't have enough to give everyone. She clearly had a limited supply and she was saving them for certain people, and I was very fortunate to get one. So basically what this is it says, this book is property of Watford School of Magics. Its use is granted to the student listed bottom most for the current term only. So this is basically a Watford School of Magic library card that is signed by Rainbow Rowell, meaning it can go and carry on. The one book I chose not to get signed. It's basically a signed book plate, and it's a library book plate. It's so cute. I haven't put it on yet. I don't know where I will put it. I guess here. Oh, I'm just so happy. She printed my book. She didn't have to. She gave me a sticker so I could get the other books signed, essentially. So, like, it was just a great experience. I had a lot of fun, and I got to leave really quickly. We got donuts on the way out of town, and then I got to go home and sleep. So it was a really fun event. Rainbow was great, and I got, you know, a lot of books signed, which I'm pleased by. I am doing a giveaway, like I said. So I'm giving away, first prize is going to be a signed copy of Pumpkinheads. This is signed by Rainbow Rowell and by Erin Hicks. So the author and the illustrator. This sounds like a super cute book. This is about two kids who are working at a pumpkin patch. Their last night of the pumpkin patch, and it's just their adventures of the night. I assume it's a romance, and I assume lots of fall vibes, and it sounds super cute and sweet. So definitely think this should be on your fall TBR. No spoilers or anything, but this probably would also be a good read to read during Spooktober. If you want a chance to win this, go ahead and enter the Rafflecopter down below. You do have to be a subscriber of mine to enter. You also have to like this video to enter. There will also be options in the Rafflecopter to do other things to get more entries if you would like add me as a friend on Goodreads. I'm almost at 1,000 friends, so if you could add me on Goodreads, that'd be great. Follow me on Twitter, leave a comment. Things like that will get you extra entries. So if you really want to win this book, there'll be a bunch of ways to do that. The main giveaway will be open internationally. I am going to give away these as well. However, these are only going to be US based. Like, you'll enter the same way in the Rafflecopter. However, if I get someone who is international for the second or third place, then unfortunately I will have to pick someone else because these I just can't afford to send 3 books internationally. If you already have this and don't want this, or already have one of these and don't want it, when I email the winner, you'll have the option to say like, oh, you know, I don't want Pumpkinheads, but can I have one of the other books? So we'll talk about these real quick. So what I have here is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. This is a hardback. However, I need you to know that this is a damaged copy, which is why I purchased a different copy. So like the cover, and unfortunately the cover that's like visible, it does have like a slit in it. I bought a scratch and dent copy online knowing that the damage could be severe and knowing the damage could be nothing at all. And unfortunately this was pretty cosmetic in my opinion. However, it's a free book. You could switch it out with another dust jacket or just live your best like Chandler Ainsley style life and go naked. Or you can just, you know, not ask to not receive this one, and that won't hurt my feelings at all. The third prize will also be a free copy of Kindred Spirits by Rainbow Rowell. This was a short story she released for World Book Day. I love this cover. However, when I went to Canada, picked up a copy of Almost Midnight by Rainbow Rowell, which has Kindred Spirits in it, so I don't need 2 copies of Kindred Spirits, just like I don't need 2 copies of Fangirl. So that's why you guys are benefiting from me buying all the books. I get that Fangirl's Damage and Kindred Spirits was a free World Book Day book, so if you don't want either of those, I totally understand. I will take no offense if you email me back and say no thanks. I'll just move on to the next person because I'm sure someone will want them. If you have any questions about the giveaway, feel free to comment or tweet me or read the description box because all the details will be down there. Rules will be down below. I will put the dates that this giveaway is open on the screen because I'm not exactly sure when I'm going to post this video. If you're excited to possibly win one of these 3 books, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, obviously, because you have to enter this giveaway. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!